All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Endotransformation family. Today, I have such a wonderful, glorious, incredible client spotlight for you. Her name is Queen Donna Frank, and she's just going to share her journey with you, her testimony, how God's done such amazing miracles in her journey with us so far. So I'm just going to let her introduce herself, and it's going to be such a pleasure for you to meet her and get to know her. And I'm so excited for you to learn all about her and her journey thus far. All right. So good morning, Donna. How are you doing today?
I'm wonderful. I'm fantabulous.
All right. Yes, you are. You're so fabulous. And so I just want you to go ahead and please share a little bit about yourself. Please introduce yourself, and I want you to share your sacred health journey
Okay.
before you even joined Endo Transformation.
Oh, that's a loaded question, but the journey has been tough, very, very tough. I've been married for 32 years, have two boys, went through all of that. It's been great. A little struggling, definitely had our struggles, but I'm a registered nurse. I work, I provide, and all that stuff. That's doable. I did that, but even in the midst of functioning as that mother, wife, sister, daughter, it's been tough. I mean, the road before endo transformation has been tough. I
Yeah.
didn't really experience living until I met you men. I didn't realize I wasn't living or alive inside out. And I call it a hormonal train wreck and
Wow.
and a weight loss, weight gain roller coaster. I know I'm not the only
Mhm.
one who's had this, but
Yeah.
um, always struggled with weight, always struggled with hormones. Um, Eating has always been tough because I enjoy sweets. I was addicted to sugar,
Hmm.
to its fullest.
Yeah.
And um, I tried pretty much everything under the sun to feel better. All the weight loss um, companies, even a diet pill. Um,
Hmm.
and I was I was on a spiraling track down. It goes slow. It's not a sudden death type thing. It's a slow process. Your body takes you in that can last for years and years and years.
Yeah.
So you finally get out of that rut and you're like, wow, that's the difference.
Hmm.
So I spent thousands of dollars on wellness spas, uh,
Wow.
bioidentical hormones,
Hmm.
uh, even my latest in 2017 weight loss surgery. I
Yeah.
thought I thought that was going to be the answer, and it actually over the last 6 years brought me to the final straw that just broke. I there was no way around
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
this health. So it everything plummeted. Everything came to a screeching halt.
Mhm.
Um, I was at my wits' end on trying to feel good. I even got rid of all my skinny clothes in the closet because I gave up. I pretty much gave
Oh,
up on everything. Uh,
yeah.
I was still maintaining a hypothyroidism. That's the only thing that probably finally got into the green, on the level.
Mhm.
But still, I wasn't feeling great. Wasn't feeling it.
Yeah.
I was taking all these supplements that I thought I was doing good by,
Mhm.
and just and looking at the ingredients now, wow, they had so many fillers in them. One
Mhm.
good ingredient, bad fillers. So
Yeah.
I wasn't doing good by myself by drinking what I thought was, oh, my fruits and vegetables for the day. and it was a green drink in the morning.
Yeah.
And oh, it's terrible. I didn't realize how it was affecting my health and hormones and metabolic health and ooh, the whole gamut of things.
Yeah.
And it came to a screeching halt when I, in December, realized something's not right. I think it
Mhm.
might be, I think I might just be hitting that age where I've got a inactive bladder, overactive bladder. And I thought I was leaking urine and then I thought in January, oh, I'm having that annual period, menstrual
Yeah.
period. Like it
Okay.
sometimes it takes a year to be completely on menopause before you're on menopause. But then I hit that year mark and I started having what I thought was a menstrual cycle
Mhm.
and
Yes, your body was showing signs of
of something very
something.
deadly.
Yeah.
And it took me a few months to figure that out. Even as a nurse, you would think, oh, I should get this checked out. Well, I did in a relatively short amount of time, but a
Yeah.
couple months, a few months, that
Mhm.
led me to the ultimate uh, determination that I had endometrial cancer.
Yeah.
And it in just having endometrial cancer, being told you have that was devastating.
Mhm.
Didn't know, had so many unknowns at that point.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, the time before I met you, I mean, things uh, came pretty quickly. Like all the answers came within a short amount of time. I'd say a couple of months, but the symptoms weren't getting any better. They were getting worse, and I knew something needed to be done. They were,
Yeah.
they were putting me on different drugs, thinking, oh, that would help your bladder, but I didn't have a bladder problem. I didn't have a urine,
Yeah.
and so
So
yeah,
they were trying to figure out exactly. And first of all, Donna, I just want to say thank you for your transparency, being so vulnerable and sharing all of the things that you went through. I mean, the roller coaster of your weight loss and just trying different things and not knowing. And I'm sure a lot of women can relate to everything you tried to feel good, right? And
yeah,
so thank you for being so vulnerable and sharing that.
yeah,
And so the doctors were just trying to figure out exactly what was going on before they finally diagnosed you.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had gone through, actually, I went through the urinary route to
Mhm.
get a CT scan and then the scan looked, when I got the scan, the day you called me, is when I got that scan result. And um, it was still unknown, like, oh, you have fluid in your uterus that shouldn't be there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so they said, you need to go talk to your gynecologist, go back to her. I
Mhm.
marched right downstairs. Thankfully, the doctors were in the same building. I marched right downstairs, knocked on their door. I said, look, I know this is just like I'm walking in cold turkey. And it takes months, sometimes weeks and months to get an appointment with
Mhm.
your gynecologist. They
Yeah.
said, wow, we have some openings right now. And I'm like, are you okay? This
That in
is
itself is amazing. Yes.
amazing. And so I marched right in there. She said, let's do a biopsy and an ultrasound. I got both of those done in the same day. Didn't have to wait. And,
Yeah. That's
and
amazing.
so
And
that's
yeah, Donna, and let's talk about how you and I even met, how divine intervention. I mean, let's share that part where how I came into your life. I mean, that should be shared definitely. I mean,
absolutely, because I gone through this any sooner, I wouldn't have met you.
uh-huh.
I think I definitely don't recommend, like, okay, something's wrong, you go to the doctor. This
Mhm.
is just me kind of procrastinating as a prior procrastinator. I
Yeah.
don't procrastinate anymore. but I was in my old life. Um, wouldn't have met you. Like, so yes, we went. I should have, clued my doctor in January. I said, I think I'm bleeding. I don't think I should be bleeding. I've been on menopause for a year. That would have given her a clue. Yeah, that's the number one sign of endometrial cancer after menopause. You should not have a period ever. And if you do, that's a sign.
Okay, yeah, and that's for women should know that. That's some of the signs that we
Absolutely.
often overlook. So unusual bleeding after menopause. Okay, great.
Yes. If you've had a menopause for like a year, like mine was just right at a year.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's not normal. But so I just let it linger around until April 18th. I made appointments. April 18th, I had scheduled to go get my results of the scan. You called me that day. You
Yeah.
called me that day, that morning. We talked, and you introduced yourself, and you said, I graduated from your high school. So I'm a
Yeah.
school at a high school in Sugarland. And so I said, oh, always love talking to, to prior graduates. You're not the first. I've talked to them before. Usually they call
Yeah.
for like, can I get a copy of my vaccine? Like one was going into med school and she needed a vaccine record,
Uh-huh.
from 2002. And I'm like, but you graduated from there. So that what led you, like with your endotransformation, you want to share with the world, and why not start with your alma mater? And
Yes.
and my principal, she loves spotlighting prior students who have done something, very remarkable in their life.
Mm-hmm.
So our conversation, just, you explained stuff. I was super interested, but the way it kind of ended was that we were towards the end of the school year, and I didn't think there would be an opportunity for you to come speak because the schedule and everything. But I wanted you to send me your information so I could keep it as a resource and a referral.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
if you had any girls that come to me like, do you have any, resources for endometriosis? I would have pointed them straight to you.
Yeah.
So you called me that day. We got off the phone. I left you like, okay, she's going to send me her information. And I was just going to just leave it at that. Wait till I get it, put it in my resource notebook and go on with life. Right.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And that was just the start of it, the very start of it.
Yeah, because originally when I called the school, I was going to direct the call to probably the front office. I was trying to contemplate, should I go the front office route or the nurse route? I was kind of going back and forth, and thankfully I'm going to talk to the nurse, and that's where it led me to speak to you directly, Donna. And then it's just amazing how that transpired. And then after that conversation, I was just, oh, I just don't think it's going to happen, this speaking opportunity. Um, and then, like I mentioned before, where there was just something that really nudged. Like I really had to send this out to Donna. I just, you have that intuition, that feeling like it just needs to be done. And I was procrastinating myself, but I believe that procrastination was perfect, divine God's timing. Because
Absolutely.
I delayed it for a couple of days, probably like
6 days to be exact.
days, yes. But in the end, it's just something, the Holy Spirit God just told me, Min, you need to send this email. And do you want to?
And it was perfect timing when you sent that email, because that day when I talked to you initially, I went to the doctor, and that's when things started not looking good.
Mm-hmm.
There was a mass they saw they didn't tell me that day on the ultrasound. The doctor chose not to share the information until the biopsy came back, which was 6 days or 5 days later. I got it the following Monday. I talked to you on a Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
The following Monday, this is where another divine intervention happened. You were my first divine intervention just by talking initially.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that it was a divine intervention that day until later, but Monday morning I got to work and I was expecting a phone call from the doctor. So I had my cell phone right by me on my desk, and I didn't have it on ring because I thought I would be able to see it because I was staring right at it, anticipating the call. And then a student named Riley.
Yeah.
Riley comes into the clinic, and I caught his eye. I said, "Come on into my office, and what's going on?" He said, "I'm not feeling that great." I said, "Okay." You know, I had never met him before. He's a junior, and he'd never come to the clinic ever. And he had a sweatshirt on that caught my eye. It was a cross with the word Jesus spelled in cursive down the center.
Yeah.
And I always catch things like that. I like that because I have one that has faith down the center.
Yeah.
And his had Jesus. I said, "I love your sweatshirt." You know, I said, this is a Jesus friendly, we're Jesus fans in here in this clinic.
Uh-huh.
And I said, we talk freely. I said, you don't have to, you know, not say anything, you know. And so as we were talking, I said, "Go ahead and have a seat. I'm going to just type in some information so I can get you out and going home. Let's call mom and everything." And somehow our conversation led to his sweatshirt and Jesus. And I said, he goes, "Well, yeah, I wanted to start a group here at school, you know, Students for Christ or something,
Yeah.
a Bible study."
Yeah.
And so I said, "That would be great. You know, we need hope in our schools. You know, hope is lacking here." I said, "You got to share it. You know, you got to share your heart." And I said, "Don't be afraid." And then he started tearing up, and he said, "You know, I had this philosophical conversation with my parents last night, and I'm just a little, it's got me He started tearing up on me. I said, "Riley," I said, what's going on? You know, he goes, I'm just afraid I'm going to lose them before me. I'm afraid they're going to die before the rapture, or before I'm afraid I'm going to lose them." I said, "Really?" I said, my heart just sank because I had those feelings too as a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
And I said, "Riley, I just have one word for you to give you a boost for today." I said, "Trust." And I said, "You just got to trust in the Lord with all your heart. Don't lean on your understanding.
Wow.
Don't.
Yeah.
Because you're going to lose sight. You're going to fall short. And you've got to stay strong and trust God that He has the perfect plan for you. He has everything laid out for you."
Yeah.
And we talked for a little bit longer. I kept sharing scripture with him. I kept sharing stories with him, how great and big our God is, and how tiny we are on this speck of an earth in the whole vast universe. I said, "We know God created. He's big. He's bigger than we can ever imagine.
Yeah.
He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got every little thing in his hands. We've got to trust him." It just kept reinforcing. I don't know what it was, but that's what I spoke from my heart to Riley.
Yeah. Yeah.
We lasted for for about 10 minutes. And I got Riley out the door. I said, "You feel better, Riley? Talk to you, let me know if anything, serious happens. Just follow up with me if you need to."
Yeah.
Riley left, and I looked down at my phone and I missed the call from the doctor.
Okay. Okay. Wow.
So I said, "Oh boy." Okay. So I grabbed my phone. I told my coworker, I said, "I'm going to go outside and take this call. I got to call her back."
Yeah.
Got her on the phone. And that's when she told me, "Yeah, you have endocarcinoma." And my heart just sank. I just said, Are you sure? You're 100% sure?" She goes, "Yeah, Donna, you're 100%. I said, "Yeah, I So I said, there was a lot of symptoms, and your biopsy was pretty intense. Getting the
Mhm.
biopsy was. And I talked with her for a few minutes. She was basically talking to me and giving me as much insight and instruction on what to go do next.
Yeah. Yeah.
And got off the phone with her, and I almost just fell to the ground because I was outside. I said, oh no, I got to call my husband. What am I going to do? It's like I started spiraling down, like
Mhm.
just kind of just not functioning. And then all of a sudden, God reminded me of everything that I had just spoke to Riley. Riley,
Wow.
you
That
can't
is
you can't
that is amazing.
make this stuff up.
Yeah.
Every word I spoke to Riley about trust, and God has everything in control. No matter how scared we are, we
Wow.
we can trust in Him, align ourselves in Him, recommit to Him, and He's going to just pick it right up.
That is,
And I just remembered everything I said to Riley.
oh my, the exact words you spoke to Riley. It's
Exactly.
amazing. Were the words exactly that you needed. Wow.
Yep. And I picked up my chin,
Yeah.
looked up, and I said, you know what? Called my husband, got that out. We're going to do this. We're going to fight this. We're going to just trust. That's all we
Yeah.
can do.
Hmm.
Take it one step at a time. And that's exactly what we did. I walked in. I have a wonderful coworker who's a very Christian friend of mine, and she, supported me at my second family, my job.
Yeah.
She supported me there. I surrounded myself with nurses who I was close to. They supported me with just statistics, like just
Hmm.
remember this is a
Hmm.
highly treatable, curable cancer. You just, got to wait and see where you're at
Yeah.
wise and every grade wise.
Yeah.
So just kept my head up from then on. I did have some little moments, but
Mhm.
God reminded me, what did I tell you? You said it to Riley. Don't think
Yeah.
that it doesn't apply to you.
Yeah. Hmm. Absolutely. It's amazing. And then the next day, so this was Monday, right? And then the next day was Tuesday. And that
Tuesday.
was that sixth day. And
Yes.
that's when you received my email.
Your email.
Yeah, my email of
You know
sharing
what?
my website, my information.
I had totally
I mean,
forgotten
that,
about it.
yeah, you,
I had literally at that point getting the diagnosis,
of
like
course.
I just said, okay, what do I do? What do I do? Well, the first thing was trust. Remember what I told Riley?
Yes.
And I walked, and then Tuesday I show up at work. I said, I'm not staying home and melting in this pot of, I'm just not going to do that. I had to stay
Yeah.
busy.
Yeah.
And saw your email. And then when I read it, I'm like, you know what? She cured endometriosis. I have endometriosis and cancer in the endometrium. So that maybe they can work together. And that's when I just emailed you really quickly, and it was like clockwork. One thing
Yeah.
is communication, and
Mhm.
we ended up on the phone in the afternoon that day after work and just set it all up. And it happened within a few days. I was ready.
Yes. I mean, it was just amazing because, yeah, that Tuesday I sent that email. Never, I honestly thought I probably won't hear from Donna. Just gonna send her this information
Yeah,
and then hoping that, she may, call back. Yeah, and then I got your email saying, do you think this can apply for endometrial cancer? Which I didn't even know who this was for.
right.
And I read it, and there have been case studies. This holistic, the Heal program that it has worked for cancer. And so yes, I replied back. I said yes, there are case studies have been proven that this does work for cancer. And so yeah, and then it spiraled into, I didn't even ask for how the email went was, is this for who? You know,
Yeah.
you or someone you know? And then yes, so you emailed back, and then
Yeah.
we got on a call because I always like to just give this this opportunity. When opportunity comes, it really, that was all God. I mean, the
Yes.
timing, me sending an email, he said to call Donna, and I called
Yes.
you, and yes,
You don't pass up opportunity for
not
sure.
at all.
May
Yes.
not come back around again.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
I was drowning in a sea of unknown and worry. Because
Mhm.
is, I mean, it's okay to worry, just don't let it overtake you. I mean,
Yeah.
we're human, we can worry a little bit, but you, I just relate you to the story of when there was a flood and people were like, what do we do, God? So they all went up to their rooftops and the water was rising, and God sent a boat, sent a helicopter, and like no, 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 no.
Oh,
I'm waiting on God to help me. I don't need a boat. I don't need a helicopter.
yeah.
And they all died. And
Yeah.
so God says, well, when they got to heaven, they said, I sent you a boat and a helicopter. Why didn't you take it?
Yeah.
They realized, I knew right away, men, that you were God sent to it's that to get on board.
Yeah.
Get on
Yeah.
board. It was so vivid because number one, the same word, endometriosis, the
Mhm.
endometrium, that was a no-brainer. I said, okay, those must be related. This
Yeah.
must help. If you solved it in you and were successful and knew that it was successful in other types of cancers,
Mhm.
I'm going for it. I have nothing to lose except maybe my life.
Yes, you trusted, you had that trust in God, and he gave you that word, and so you jumped on, and because not a lot of people will trust that, right? And it's
Yeah,
beautiful how you jumped on, and the story just gets even better. Okay, it gets better where tell them what happened next. I mean, okay, so now we're on board. You join, and remember when we spoke on the phone, and you said, "Man, I may be your first endometrial cancer, survivor." I was like, "Let's claim that right now,
yes,
right? We claim, because this is not your destiny." I was already feeling like this is not your destiny, Donna. We are
yes,
going to conquer this, right?
yes.
And so you joined us, and so what's your experience like with the, endotransformation, our miracle womb manifesting? What was that like when you joined?
Um, it I had no second thoughts. There was no second thinking this process.
Mhm.
If it worked for you, it's going to work. It's going to change my life where that in every way that I need.
Mhm.
And so I did not question anything. And I mean, I know I had a very good incentive. Cancer is just not fun. You just don't know what this is going to do to your body. You don't know where. I knew where it was, but you don't know if it's lurking somewhere else, because cancer
Yeah.
has a mind of its own in your
Mhm.
body. Sometimes your blood work doesn't pick up on it. It doesn't show anything. Labs can be normal for some time, and then it just hits you all of a sudden, and you're like, "What's going on?" So when I met you, I knew I didn't have any second guessing. I followed your steps. I followed everything you had to say, and it worked. I felt better on day 3 of the cleanse, day
Yeah.
2 or 3, and I thought, wow, I feel something changing in my body. Like I feel a calming effect. It literally
Amazing.
a calming effect. When we our diet in America is so bad. It's so bad. We live very acidic. Our body is very acidic. It's
Mhm.
most part. And we feel it. Some feel it more than others, but I felt it. I knew I was, sugar's acidic, protein, meat's acidic. I was eating a lot of acidic things. I knew I was up here.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that just affects so many things like depression, anxiety. You live up here. It's hard to calm down. People take maybe antidepressants to calm down.
Yeah.
That works to a certain point.
Mhm.
You'll never feel the trueness of your body off of when you get off of everything and get on this holistic diet. You feel immediate calmness coming over you from your head to your toes. And I felt that.
That's so powerful, Donna. I mean, just within the 3 days, you experienced that. Wow, this the cleansing.
So I started that on May the 5th. We started our journey together, and I was scheduled to have a total hysterectomy on May 18th.
Yeah.
Well, I had that time frame in there where, God, I was praying, man, for complete healing. I would go in there and they wouldn't see any cancer, but that's okay. I mean, I still had to have the hysterectomy, and but this wasn't going to stop me. Just because I don't have an endometrium anymore doesn't mean I can't feel good everywhere else.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this is a place to say it, but I remember talking to you and after being, I think I was on day 9 of the cleanse, and my PCP doctor called me out of the blue.
Yeah. Please share. Yes.
And I'm like, yeah, this is what I have. He called me back. He was just like so saddened because I had worked with him for so long with my thyroid, and I kept telling him I don't feel good. I don't feel good. Yeah. Almost a whole year. And he was getting exhausted. I could tell he was exhausted. So I even went and seeked out an endocrinologist because he's just a PCP, but he's a smart guy and he can handle, thyroid issues.
Yeah.
And I even sought out an endocrinologist. And so I had messaged him to call me because I wanted to get off of the medication he had me on, which was Cymbalta. And he basically had me on it for just aches and pains. Yeah. It's kind of a multifaceted medication. It helps with depression. It also helps with pain, fibroid pain, or I just had pain in my bone. I had hip pain. And he goes, and I also had hot flashes. And he goes, this might help you with your hot flashes. And I said, okay. So I had been taking that Cymbalta for about almost a year.
Okay.
I said, I'm ready to get off of it.
Yeah.
And that day, that was the day he called me back. He said, why? I told him why. I have cancer. And he just said, listen, Donna, this is not the time to start weaning off medication. You need to just keep taking it and work through your cancer with your doctors and get over one hump at a time.
Wow. So, okay.
He called me that day and I said, well, I have a cardiologist clearance tomorrow for the surgery or the next week. And he goes, well, let's just order some labs and I'll get your labs done.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, I'd like to know what my cholesterol is. I knew it was high. And, I'd been on the 9 days of
9 days of the cleanse, 10-day cleanse. Oh, so you're on day 9 of our cleanse. Yes. Day 9.
So I get the lab work done, comes back the following Monday, and it went from 247. That's when it was in January.
Yeah.
May the 9th, when I got the lab work done, it was 201.
Oh my God.
247 to 201. My bad cholesterol went down like 15 points.
That
just
is
in that 9-day time, my cholesterol went down.
Yes.
Everything was just coming down. I was coming
amazing. That is in itself a miracle, Donna. From within the 9 days of that cleanse, from that 247 to 201. Amazing. Wow.
Yes. And I felt it. I said, man, that was just 9 days. I said, I know now it's been almost 2 months and I'm feeling like on top of the world, like better than I've ever felt in my entire, let's see, I'm 51. Let's go back. I've been struggling since my 20s. So
Yeah.
let's say at
Wow.
least 30 years of this wobbly feeling
Mhm.
in your body.
Yes.
Still can function, but I had 2 children, still can function. It's just when you take control of your life and you want to do something, this is what you need to do. This is what you need to do. Stop feeding your body stuff that is causing all this havoc,
Mhm.
and experience what it's like to live simple, eat simple, and still the 9-day cleanse. I never felt hungry, never
Yeah.
never felt any kind of side effect.
Isn't that amazing how just something we just went back to Mother Nature. And
Yes,
what was really powerful was just you had that mindset already, Donna, like I'm doing this, right? Remember how I said easy or hard? That's up to you. And you just
yes.
made it easy and you just kept going. And so that was such a powerful and vital part of just doing that cleanse in itself.
You just didn't leave me hanging.
Yeah, I
I may be Queen Donna, but you're my hero
oh
because you walked me step by step through the way, and I needed that. I needed someone to be by my side, and you literally were by my side.
yeah.
And I can't thank you enough for that. There's just not a price tag that's priceless to me.
Yes. I love being by your side. I mean, that was just I just love it. Yeah. And just seeing this remarkable transformation just within that night. That was probably the biggest, most drastic just health wise as far as, blood work goes. That is amazing. I was floored with that
Yeah,
result. And you had evidence. You had evidence,
I
right? I
did.
mean, there was no questioning it. It was just amazing. Yeah. And then so you were continuing on and then let's just continue on. I mean, how did you come okay, going through the process, the 9-day cleanse, now you felt good. You said you didn't even feel hungry. You probably felt at your best. Your body's, circulating, getting back to that normal pH balance.
Yep.
Um, and so what do you appreciate most about just being on the holistic journey with endotransformation? What do you appreciate most?
Well, Min, I'll say it again. I appreciate the fact that you you have listened to me, you've encouraged, attentive, active in the journey with me. And God knew I needed somebody who would, walk me through step by step, because I had already done a spa, wellness spa before. It
Yeah.
was a local in the Sugarland, and spent thousands,
Mhm.
literally, and they just left me hanging. Their 10-day
Yeah.
cleanse, they actually threw a box at me with like 40 packets of, powdered milk shakes or whatever.
Mhm. Yeah.
Tasted so bad, I could not even muster to get through the box. I just couldn't. I gagged so bad on it. And
Yeah.
so when I mean physically active, you came to my home, you showed up, like, and I had this organic German Shepherd, and
Yeah.
you said, "I'm not afraid." Most people your size, like Finn launched at you. I'm like,
Yes.
oh. But Finn is a good dog. He
Yeah.
is. You don't hear him barking in the back because he now lives with my son
Yeah.
and he's happy.
Yeah.
He's got big friends over there. But you just, I'm just so thankful I got to do this before, there was some changes going on, and we just had this short amount of window time
Yeah.
to get this started. And had we waited a few days, or even
Mhm.
you had some cool things with the program that cool offers that I had to
Yeah.
make a decision and take advantage of before May started. And
Yeah.
it's,
I mean, Donna, you took action. You took action. You built that momentum because a lot of people they contemplate and they wonder, is this going to work? But you jumped on the boat right away and you took that action. And again, another divine intervention in timing because within the short end of that month, I was moving
yep,
to Dallas Fort Worth area. So we had about 2 weeks. So for me to go to your home, which I loved, and you welcomed me so warmly. I felt like we were just already connected,
yes,
showing you because I love to do these in person. I feel that's just more impactful. And so, showing you what you needed, you acquired such specialized knowledge, simple, specialized knowledge to just, nourish yourself back to wholeness.
yes.
Yeah, I mean, I love that. So, just simple timing, perfect timing before I actually moved. Yeah. And
And so yeah, that timing was perfect. And that
mhm.
just goes to show God's timing is perfect because had I waited, like I always like, okay, if I'm gonna invest in with this type of investment, I need
Mhm.
to run it by my husband, make sure he's okay with it. And
Yeah.
he, of course, he says, yes, we'll do anything to fight for your life at this point.
Yeah.
But you don't have to have cancer to as an incentive. You can just have the feeling of not being alive, feeling like you just can't breathe sometimes, or the anxiety of life in general, the distractions we have every day. It makes those all change.
Yeah.
It's because what you have to offer is not just diet related. You have dug into my life so far to places that I didn't think I would ever have to touch again, and realize that those are some of my fears. These places were some of my fears stem from, and
Mhm.
helped me get through resentment. You dug into my emotion, and that's so important because when you want to be holistically well balanced, you have to dive into those areas that you don't feel that comfortable with. And
Yeah.
you comfortable, then I just can't. I mean, you have a gift to be there. And if I had to say anything, somebody needs to jump on board and listen and and pay attention to what's going on in your body,
Yeah.
because and not only that, physically, I when I had my weight loss surgery,
Yeah.
became so malnourished
Mhm.
over the course of a few years that my body just stopped. It was feeding off muscle, which I lost a lot of muscle mass and didn't realize it.
Yeah.
So I became very weak. And one of the things with your program is get through the 10 days, and then you're going to have this wonderful opportunity to meet Han Ho, who
Yes.
Wellness Michi.
Yes.
Is he is another divine individual who
Yes.
will stretch your body in ways you didn't know and needed. Because as we get older, our bodies start to, if you're not active and stretching
Mhm.
and getting those muscles stretched, your body shrinks and you end up hunched over. And by the end of your days, you're in a fetal position because your muscles are contracting. And
Yeah.
stretch you from head to toe and get those muscles, and you will feel like a half an inch taller. Like I literally got a half an inch taller because my
Yeah.
wasn't guarded. I was like hunched over a lot, not realizing guarding my stomach and the incisions.
Mhm. Yeah.
And so it wasn't, I wouldn't equate it to giving birth, but it's right up there.
Yes, there will be pain because he does a full corrective body work on you. It's not just a
Yeah.
regular massage. He really personalizes it for you to get
Yeah.
you where you need. And he knows too. He can already feel. He has that gift
No,
of his own
no
hands.
pain,
And
no gain is my
exactly.
realize that that's the it's painful for just a little bit and then it goes away. He keeps stretching, and then I've been stretching since I've seen him last, and
Mhm.
feeling the benefits of that. So I appreciate that, and I'm going to continue doing that until I graduate from that and do a handstand without
Yes.
thinking about it.
All right. Yes, we're gonna see that headstand, Donna. I mean, yeah, and this is just you coming back to just self-love, self-care for you, making yourself a priority. That's so important, right?
Yes,
And you didn't have that before. I mean, you went decades
yes,
just living your life, like you said, you weren't feeling alive, and just having this meeting the right time, the right timing, and you having that right timing for yourself. You're saying, I'm doing this. I'm
yes,
trusting God, and I deserve this, right?
yes. That's another thing with how you
Mhm.
incorporate everything in the wellness is I began to see myself like there's no avoiding that. You can't avoid it. If you want to take care of yourself 100%, you have to look at yourself and just accepting myself for flaws and all. We
Yeah,
spend a lot of time and money trying to fix those flaws, and sometimes you can with a little Botox here or a little filler here. You can.
yeah,
It's not like genuine if you don't feel it completely inside. To okay, I have wrinkles. I can put Botox there or whatever there to help it, but I still love myself. I still care about because I want to feel good, and that has in turn caused me to see my relationships different with my spouse, with my kids.
yes.
And it's kind of like that verse in the Bible that says, love thy neighbor as thyself.
Hmm.
I just never knew I wasn't loving myself. And then I thought I was loving everybody around me, but I wasn't until I finally saw it in myself.
Yeah,
Now I can truly experience a good solid conversation with someone and meaningful. It just seems more meaningful. I feel like I miss out of calmness um, and not uptight about it.
yeah. I mean, you do the inner work, right? You face those fears. Your inner world really truly exudes out for your outer world, and it's amazing how it transpired into your relationship. And so, how did working through endotransformation impact your relationship with your husband and your family?
Well,
You-
my husband, he saw big changes, and he's still seeing big changes. He noticed I have more energy. I
Yeah,
am. I'm not sitting around doing nothing. I'm like I. He goes, I don't know how you're not tired. Or he's noticed my countenance has changed,
yeah. I mean,
feeling better. Like it's not just like okay, I feel better for a day, and then
mhm.
the day I'm not feeling good. It's been constant, like constant every day.
Yeah,
Even
yeah,
when I had to have radiation. Even it, he thought, oh, that's going to take you down. It never did. Never
yeah.
did. I
Mhm.
mean, my radiation was different than most. It was just very targeted, and I would not have as many side effects or toxicity. But I still didn't let it take me down. And he noticed that. He noticed my paradigm in my thinking, a shift
Yes,
in the way I
exactly.
used to react, and I don't react anymore.
Yeah.
Stress,
Mhm.
and especially, having kids is stressful, especially when they get older.
Yeah.
You want them to do certain things and it gets stressful. And I don't feel that. I feel
Yeah.
that, it's just, I know we had this conversation before, and I'm trying to remember how when we literally think there's a mountain in front of us that
Yeah.
can't be moved, it's it's a mental mountain.
Mm-hmm.
You really feel sometimes those mountains are moving when you have these light bulb moments and clarification on how to deal with life and the stress of everything. And I've literally had those mindful mountains of the mind move.
Yeah.
And they are not holding me back from my true potential anymore.
Exactly. It's beautiful. I mean, those mountains, those were from just decades, and you moved them. You decided, right? You're the
Yeah,
one who had to advocate for yourself and take that power back within you. I
right.
mean, and so, would you definitely recommend, what would you say to someone who's just starting their endometriosis journey or even endometrial cancer
Yeah.
journey? Would you recommend our program? Why or why not? What
Oh,
advice would you give them?
100%. Absolutely. 100%. Don't hesitate. If there is a diagnosis on the table, you can still do this program with a diagnosis or no diagnosis.
Mhm.
Just feeling bad, it's going to improve your life. It's going to
Yeah.
improve your life. And it's proven that it will improve your life. I'm living proof.
Yes.
There are many other stories that are living proof. Men, you're living proof.
Hmm.
Just doing this because you didn't go through it yourself.
Hmm. Exactly.
It's going to be difficult, but the work has to be done. You can do this. We are created very resiliently and wonderfully made. We are
Amen.
human beings that are wonderfully made. We have the
Yes.
power within us to do this.
Exactly.
We have to just believe
Mhm.
that that it is possible. If you don't believe something can happen, then it probably won't happen for you.
Yes.
You got to believe
Exactly.
that it's going
Mhm.
to happen. And no matter the obstacles or the hurdles you have to jump over, you just got to get in shape to jump over them.
Yeah.
And I've jumped over many hurdles now that didn't fall. I was falling prior. I'm not falling. I'm jumping over them.
Um,
And just make plans, preparations for this. And when you learn about all the things you have to do and the 10 days, you just do it for you and your health.
yeah.
Because it's like being on that airplane when it's going down. If you don't put the oxygen on your mask first, you can't help your kids, you can't help your husband.
Yeah.
Be on tip-top shape when you take care of yourself like this.
Yeah.
There's no other way around it.
Hmm. Yeah.
Modern medicine can only do so much. And yeah, I'm still taking my thyroid medicine. I'm still taking Cymbalta, but after these 90 days, it's going to come off. And I know my thyroid, I haven't had thyroid levels checked in a while. I
Hmm.
don't check until I think October, but I just know they're going to be fine. I mean, if not better than fine. So
Exactly. Yeah.
I'd like to be off of that. So maybe in the future, as we can have a follow-up, I will definitely follow up with the labs and
Mhm.
the thyroid and then the Cymbalta, because I really don't have aches as long as I'm stretching and
Mhm.
doing what Wellness Michi is believes in, which is a wellness that just a overall good for your body. You don't have the aches and pains. Your muscles,
Yeah.
your bones. So
You just have to tend to them. Yeah.
yeah, you
Take
just
care.
have to take care of it. Yes.
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, so let's talk about, I mean, there's been so many, I was so excited. There's been so many
Celebrations.
celebrations, so much significant changes in your life. I mean, what has been the most significant change? I mean, let's talk about, physiologically. I mean, everything, what has been the most significant change since
Well,
joining that you can say?
I've lost 30 pounds. That
30 pounds,
and I
Donna.
wasn't even thinking about losing weight. That
Are
wasn't
you,
my goal.
exactly. I mean, like you're 30 pounds in, and this is what we're 2 months into our journey, right?
Yes,
Wow, let's celebrate that, Donna.
yes. I didn't do this to lose weight. I did
Exactly.
not do it to lose weight.
It's a amazing after effect, side effect.
It is.
Warning,
There's
you
good
will
stuff.
lose weight without even wanting to. Yeah.
And that's what everybody's noticing.
Yeah.
Like they just notice, like my sister-in-law, she's like, man, you just have there's something different about you.
Yeah.
I said, I'm living life. I said,
Yeah.
this is like, the whole, everything's activated. My
That's right.
body is, and it's not even, I'm still not done. It's like,
Uh,
it's just wonderful. So that was that's been the most significant. For
yeah.
me, what
Mhm.
you can't see is what I feel on the inside.
Yeah.
Bar
Oh
none.
my.
Hands
Yes.
down, drop the mic, bar none. That's
Yes.
what is
Mhm.
the most amazing thing, is what you feel inside. And I'm saying that truly 100%,
Yes.
100%.
Yeah.
And it's I just don't know what else to say about it. There's just nothing. I it's just That's just it.
How do you feel on the inside if you can describe it? How
Free. I feel free.
free,
I don't feel
beautiful.
bound to, um, like I said, it's a whole, when you feel like, I knew I was living in an acidic environment, acidic, everything was just like wreaking havoc. That's all I
Mhm.
can think of, is just havoc. And then it just brings a calmness. When your body
Yeah.
comes off of that acidic high, you
Mhm.
get just kind of like, I don't know how to explain it, like an analogy wise, but I just feel a calmness, and that's probably how I would explain it.
Yeah. Free, beautiful. I mean, a lot of us are imprisoned in our own minds, within
Yes,
ourselves,
yes,
struggling for decades. And for
yes,
you to even just say you feel free, I mean, that isn't a miracle in itself. Inner freedom
yes,
from within you, not getting it from the external world, right?
right.
Because that is only temporary. And I mean, this is self-sustaining for you, Donna.
It,
Y-
it is.
That is a gift.
It,
Yes.
it really opens doors to so many things that you didn't think you could do before.
Yeah.
When you get through even this, just the 10 days, you feel accomplished,
Yeah.
because there's nobody else that
Yes.
can do it but you. And
Exactly. You said it perfectly. Yes.
no one else can do it. You
Mm.
cannot. This is something that no one else can do for you. You have Once you do it and don't think about it, just do. You're gonna. It's not a wait. It is a waiting game in some sense, but you start to feel it right away. You
Mhm.
start to feel it on day 2, day 3,
Yeah.
and I can just say that because I did it. It's just what I felt, and it's I don't think I think there's many more people. You can say it as well. When you feed your body the right things, it will get in line. Some people might take a little longer because they've progressed a little further than I did, or someone
Mhm.
else did. But our bodies are all uniquely different. But I think overall, though, what you put in your body is going to uh, trigger good reactions
Yeah.
cellularly, and that
Yes.
overall, your body affects your mind. Yes, it
Yeah.
all intertwines together.
Hmm. Absolutely. And you said that perfectly. It does. It all align. It's all in alignment. Body, mind, spirit. Once you get that clearing out of you're cleansing the body, and you're also cleansing the mind, your thoughts and how you
Yes.
feel. And so how did our support my support impact your healing and freedom journey?
So the support is it, it impacted greatly, because um, I could not have um, I could not have done it without support for sure.
Yeah.
I think it's very important that we surround ourselves with whomever that will support us.
Yeah.
Let those close around you know what's going on, and to be your cheerleaders, and because you've got to do the work. You've got to do the work. There's no going around that. You got to go through it. You can't go around it. You can't go over it. You can't go under it. You got to go right through it.
Yeah.
And, that support from the team and from the weekly support is amazing. It's what we need. It's the right amount of support that you need. It's not a hassling you day by day, and it's not like, are you doing it? Are you doing it? Are you? How do you? No, you didn't have me, man.
Yeah. I didn't have,
No
I
haggling.
didn't have, yes.
Checking in weekly and spending the time, because I can speak. I'm speaking as from myself. I've gotten such a habit of being busy.
Yeah.
Distracting. I love distractions, because when you get rid of distractions, you're just by yourself alone, sometimes that's like not comfortable.
Yes.
It's not
Yes. Just,
comfortable.
yeah, you're absolutely right.
And you want to be distracted, because you don't want to be left with your own feelings and vulnerabilities, because they don't make you feel too good sometimes. But having the faith that we can have in Jesus and God and the Holy Spirit, that's where it truly comes in to be who we are. And we need that time to meditate. I think you could sense I wanted to avoid it.
Yeah.
Like, not comfortable with. I'm not the yoga type. I don't I'm not that. But I learned something when we had those moments of where you coached me to dig in a little deeper, press in a little deeper, and let go. You've got to, because we can't ignore our inner being.
Yeah.
Because then we, in the end, feel neglected.
Yeah.
We neglect ourselves, and I'm just talking about just me personally. We neglect ourselves to the point where we're just tired, and we don't want to even. We start neglecting other people in small, subtle ways, but we do neglect relationships. We neglect, the intimacy that we can have. And I've truly learned that from you men, and everything that this transformation had to offer, and is still, going strong, literally going strong. I don't know what I'm going to do when 90 days are up. You're going to get rid of me that quickly?
No, don't worry. I am in your life for a life. Lifetime guarantee. I promise you.
Okay.
I not just because the night is over. I am always a text, a phone call away. I mean, I feel like you are one of my dearest beloved friends. So this is for life, Donna. Okay, so you're not losing me that fast. Promise.
Yeah.
But I just, that's so beautiful how you finally came to the point where you had to get intimate with yourself, Donna. Intimacy first begins with you. And you were courageous, you were bold, you were brave enough to say, okay, Donna, I'm gonna face you, right? And that was just a beautiful journey to be able, an honor for me to witness, Donna. I mean, I'm getting chills. I mean, I'm just witnessing all of the miracles, all of the celebration, and I'm just so overjoyed. My heart is just bursting with just joy and just happy to just seeing this transformation in you. Yeah.
I just can't get over all the celebrations. Like small ones, big ones.
Yes.
I mean, and they aren't really related to, like, nutrition. They're related to my life and what's going on in my life.
Yes.
And how I'm starting to just know how to make better choices,
Yeah.
decisions. And because a lot of times we create bad things. We create them just by
Mhm.
being stubborn or
Oh,
uh,
yeah.
things that, yeah, it's hard to say, but it's just so freeing, just freeing from the stress that I've created for myself.
Yeah. Yeah, and just kind of spiraling off of that, like, what did you truly learn about yourself, Donna, and about, Chuck, during this whole process?
Well, that we have been there, we have been ourselves this whole time. And when our lives get so caught up in health or in just little things that just build up,
Mhm.
um, and then something like this comes around and teaches us how to
Yeah.
break down those barriers,
Mhm.
we're just sitting here staring at each other like, wow, like this is who you were like when I married you. This is who I was. We just, just let things corrode
Yeah.
our lives like battery acid. And I don't mean to
Yeah.
keep saying acid, but acidic, it
Yeah.
does play a role.
Mhm.
It's kind of like, the energy zapped out when the battery acid builds up and your car won't start. So that's
Yeah.
exactly where I was headed. And
Mhm.
it's exactly how it's affected us. We are busy. He is a busy man that in his job, but we have those moments where we just read each other's mind. We know each other,
Mhm.
and it's clear, so much clearer. And forgiveness plays a big role. Letting resentment go plays a big role because it doesn't do anything for you. There's no nutritional value that resentment can do for your life.
Yeah.
There's no,
Absolutely.
and so kind of goes back to what I tell my students from the clinic. Sometimes I'm their psychologist. Sometimes
Yeah.
I said, "Would you eat a plate of rotten food? Like if I give you rotten food, it says here, enjoy your dinner. Would you eat it? Like no, you wouldn't.
Mm.
So don't feed yourself rotten food to your brain. Rotten words. Don't feed yourself." Um, negativity and like,
Yeah.
I can't do this. There's just no way I can do this. Those mountains can be moved, and it starts with your health. It starts with your health and what you put in your body.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. And I mean, going back to that health, so how has just the whole holistic and natural option changed your body, mind, your spirit, well-being versus the medications or even just surgeries?
Um, it has, my heart has been changed. It literally, my heart has been changed. The Holy Spirit has been activated in my life.
Yeah.
Again,
I love it. Yes.
the mountains of my mind have been
Yes.
moved. I think clearly.
Amen.
And it's just going back to I have let go of resentment
Mhm.
that I've kept holding on to because I fear that if I let it go, then I wouldn't have any leverage to
Yeah.
fight back for future problems. Why do that?
Mhm.
It was just we do that. I know I'm not the only person that can do that, but
Yeah.
it's just rethinking and putting all of it together. And you don't do that from day one. It just naturally falls into place.
Mhm.
Didn't I didn't mentally think, okay, my body, mind, spirit.
Yeah.
I just focused on my body.
Yeah.
And then it's almost like the mind and spirit kind of,
Yeah.
fell suit, did what it's supposed to do
Yeah.
when I activated and just uh, allowed myself to be vulnerable because you have to with someone you can trust. And I trusted you, men, and you from day one. And so I would say that's how how that changed me.
Yeah. That's so beautiful, Donna. It's absolutely miraculous. And I mean, I think in the journey you found your voice again, Donna.
Yes.
Right? You
I
just
certainly wouldn't be sitting here
like
talking with you and not be on edge. I
yeah.
literally am speaking from my heart.
Yes.
And I was so afraid of my heart before because I'm afraid it would fail me and would make me look stupid and look, like someone who doesn't know what they're talking about. But
Yeah.
it doesn't. It doesn't. We are all beautiful and wonderfully made.
Amen.
I just want everybody to feel this way. I want
Exactly.
you to just shout it from the rooftops that, you just need support. You need somebody who says, you can do this.
Yeah.
And start with those that are around you.
Hmm.
Train them. Hey, tell them what you need.
Yes.
And husband, he has been there. I mean, I alongside you, he has been there. He's been my rock.
Yeah.
I remember one night early in the diagnosis, after I just found out, probably that same week, I was laying in bed and I felt myself having a panic attack. I'm like this, it's coming over. And I say that before I was afraid to say that because I didn't want to look weak. And I said it out loud and Chuck heard me and he says, Donna, it's going to be okay. He said it in such a calm voice.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what? I just need to hear that. I
Hmm.
didn't, I didn't hear like, yeah, I know it's bad. He didn't focus on the bad. He just said, it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
And as friends and family, they all just said, it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
And it will be, no matter what, it will be, because we'll get through anything. No matter, I know I don't have any doubt that say this, prognosis would have been a little bit more difficult
Mhm.
to manage, a little bit more long suffering, more enduring. I don't have a doubt that I would have gotten through it. I still would have gotten through it. Um,
Amen to that. Yes.
it's
Yes.
just, you just believe no matter what, till your last breath. We're not all going to live forever unless the rapture happens, but we are, it may happen one day, but I won't go down feeling like I was before. I'm going to go down feeling good.
That's right. That's right. Because that's how it's intended to be. That's your birthright. And
Yes. And I'm
I
going
mean,
to fight to live as long as I can.
yes, I feel this is just the beginning for you, Donna.
Oh,
It's
it
just the
is.
beginning. The
It
best
is.
is yet to come, right? And
Absolutely.
absolutely amazing. So what would you tell someone who is just on the fence about just the holistic journey, natural option, in just joining into transformation? What would you say to that person?
Don't let your circumstances keep you from this. Fight for it, make a way,
Mhm.
um, and and do what you can. Do what you can. Don't give up.
Yeah.
Don't give up, because um, it may not be where financially you could do it, but don't give up on it.
Mhm.
Um, it's it it's worth it. It's 10 times worth it. I don't know. I can't even put a number on it, because what um, sometimes we have to, just think about some sacrifices, and nothing sometimes comes easy for some people. And definitely, I feel like I'm one of those people that just, I have to work hard for everything.
Yeah.
Just nursing school, I had a hard time.
Mhm.
Father was going through Alzheimer's and he was dying, and I didn't get through my last semester of nursing school. It was so stressful, but my directors understood. They said, listen, you got too much on your plate. Take off the rest of the year, come back your last semester and retake your last semester. And I did that with flying colors.
Yeah.
Um, the main thing is just don't give up on it. Don't give up fight for your life, fight for it. If you've been struggling a long time, like I did, like years and years and years,
Yeah.
You're never too old to get started. You could be 70 and still make a difference in your body.
Yes, you're living proof, Donna. Oh my goodness. Yes.
It's just one of those things that you just don't want to give up on.
Yeah.
Hear this now, but let it resonate. Let it just think and remember that there's better than what you're doing now. If you're struggling now, it can be better. And this is the way to go, because I've never done it any other way. And when I finally did it this way, it's life-changing. It's more than life-changing.
Yeah. Amen to that. I mean, and speaking of life changing, do you want to share with our audience like the best life changing news you've received recently?
It was just the most honest confirmation that I could have received. I mean, God's been speaking to me throughout this whole thing. He let me know he was there before I knew before I even knew I had cancer. He put you in my life.
Yes.
I talked to you before I even knew. So not too long ago, it was after I got my diagnosis, my daughter-in-law said she had a dream about me. And so she told that to me by a text message. She wanted to come over that night and said, I'm going to tell you about this dream I had. And then that didn't happen. A couple of days went by, actually.
Yeah.
I said, Hayden, what was that dream? Tell me the dream.
Yeah.
And she told me that we were all taking a family trip together, just our family, the 5 of us.
Mhm.
And we went to this place where there was supposed to be just this field of beautiful flowers. Everybody goes to the blue bonnets when those come around, take pictures of blue bonnets. This is kind of like one of those things. Like, we wanted to go take this picture with all these flowers.
Yeah.
And we drove quite a bit. She said, I think it was a long trip. And we got there, and they ran ahead of me, and they looked, and they turned back and they said, they're all dead. Like, all the flowers had wilted and died.
Wow.
And she said that I came forward, and I said, don't worry, I got it. Always, no, I got it. I was always in the family. It says,
Yeah.
here, I'll do it. Let me go do it. And she says, I stepped foot in the field, and all the flowers came alive.
Oh,
And
beautiful.
they just came alive. Like,
Yes.
they came to color. They came in full color.
It was you, Donna. It was you. It was you.
And what I took from that was that all I had to do was step into my wilderness, where everything was dying internally, and just believe, and things came alive. And I just won't ever forget that. Dreams are very prophetic, and I just look at that like, thank you, God, for that confirmation.
Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely.
And
absolutely
so
beautiful.
I love life. It's taken on a new meaning, and my goal is to help those, as many around me as I can, and spread the news that there's help, that there's a process that you can take if you need it. I needed it.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it by myself.
Yeah. I mean, you are now truly living. You are alive, like
Still alive.
activated. And the best part was, what was the news that you recently received from your doctors after you did the whole genetic?
Yeah.
I mean, beautiful dream, prophetic. This is it. I mean, this is what you're gonna share. Mm-hmm.
So the most recent thing that waiting is you want to talk about challenges real quick? Challenges is waiting and waiting to see change, right?
Yeah.
And with this diagnosis, it's just a lot of waiting on testing and stuff. And I think this is where you were leading into, like, with the genetic testing.
Mm-hmm.
So they had to do some further pathology on some testing. So when they went into my uterus in the surgery, they just didn't find a endometrial tumor. It was a mass. that kind of grew into the uterine wall, that kind of spread into some vascular invasion. But then there was some other stuff going on over here that they couldn't recognize, some cells they couldn't recognize. And they couldn't recognize them as any kind of cancer cell they had ever seen before. I said, well, you're welcome. I just donated to medical research because never seen any cells like this before. So they took a couple of weeks to do that and to figure out what kind of cells they were. And basically they were comparing it to other markers that they've done research on to see if I had any future potential markers for cancer in other places. And thankfully that came back negative.
Yeah.
That none of those cells were cancer related.
Yes.
They might be other things related, but I feel like they took this before all this change is occurring, halfway occurring. So that was my news. I finished radiation yesterday or the other day, and just some celebrations.
Yes. I mean, that in itself, cancer free. I mean,
cancer free.
Yes. I mean, that isn't a miracle. Oh my gosh.
And still benefiting off this endotransformation without it. Doesn't matter.
Oh yeah. I mean, Donna, that in itself, your journey, you're alive. I mean, when you shared that news with me, Donna, I mean, I've been, God had us praying. You had your prayer warriors behind you, and I literally cried out tears of joy for that. I mean, that's the best news that I could hear for that day when you shared. And
yes, two long months of knowing from the time I knew.
2 strong months.
To the time, I thought it was a lifetime in there, but
yeah,
this work that I've been doing with you, it kept me busy in the right way. I was being very proactive, and it does just come together for the good. And I want to share one last thing that I shared with you earlier.
Please, yes, please.
One of my devotions today was very it took me back, because from the get-go, God told me trust.
Yeah.
And today was trust God and do good.
Yeah.
I always followed with that scripture verse, lean not on your understanding, trust in the Lord. Don't lean on your understanding. But this is a new verse about trust.
Yeah.
Psalms 37:3, trust in the Lord and do good. So shall you dwell in the land and feed surely on his faithfulness.
Yes.
And there's 2 things you got to do. You got to trust and then do good.
Yeah.
By trusting in him and persisting and doing good, you'll do good for others. You'll do good for yourself, and he'll work on your behalf.
Yeah.
And you don't worry. It's just sometimes we are counteractive. We're counterintuitive because we have problems. We withdraw from normal life. We spend all our time obsessing and trying to solve them.
Yeah.
We talk about them to anyone, whoever will listen, and it's all unproductive. It's just unproductive activity that prevents us from doing what we should be doing, which is doing good and trusting.
Yeah.
And that's my new motto. Getting through nursing school, it was I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Now it's trust and do good.
Trust and do good.
And that's just
beautiful.
What I want to just shout from the rooftops, and be a part of this team. Like, be a part to encourage others to do what they can do.
Yes, I mean, let's shout for the rooftops. I mean, Donna, yes, you are like cancer-free. Shout from the rooftops.
Amen.
Doing good. Amen. God is so good. It's just so beautiful. And when you do good, you're doing good for you. You had to, go and have faith without works. Remember we said is just dead.
Dead.
And
It's
you did your part. You trusted God
dead.
and you did your part, and He's faith, and now you're just, in that dwelling in the land of His goodness. And
Yes.
it's only gonna get better. And oh,
Yes.
Donna, yes. I mean, your testimony is so powerful.
Yes.
I mean, 2 months. I mean, that is only that. How miraculous is that? Two
I
months.
don't know because I've never had it. I never experienced this
Yeah,
before.
exactly. This is
I
your. I
don't even
mean,
know.
it's life changing, and it's just so. Oh my, that it's so amazing, miraculous, and just divine. Yeah, that's all I can say. And God is so faithful. Yeah.
For those who love Him,
Love him, and trust in him,
trust
really.
Him,
He's
rededicate it.
yes.
We all take steps in the other direction, but most importantly, give your life to the Lord and
Mhm.
let Him show you what is possible. And it doesn't happen overnight.
Yeah,
You have to keep seeking Him and
exactly.
reading His Word and going to church. I was out of church for so long, for
Mhm.
years, and and we need church like we need uh, food nourishment. We need it. It nourishes our spirit.
Mhm.
Um, I don't think the scripture in the Bible that says, forsaking the assembly is for nothing. We do have to be around other believers to feel that it's possible. It's like going to the gym. We don't sometimes one gym may not be perfect for you, so try another one, where
Yeah,
people there make you feel more comfortable. That's like church. Find a church that where you can feel comfortable around the people there and what's being spoken. And like going to the gym, you don't go to the gym and look around and say, why are they here? They're not in shape. Why are they here? And that's how
yeah.
I felt like I had a critical spirit because,
Mhm.
you know, I wanted people to be perfect for me. And that was just so bad, so wrong thinking.
Yeah,
I go to church because to be around people to say we're all here trying to achieve the same thing, which is what we're here called to do, to worship the Lord and hear His voice. And
yeah.
we're all getting in shape spiritually at
Yeah.
church. It's a spiritual gym. We're all getting,
Yes.
some are more in shape than others. And I may tend to want to go work out with them because they're in shape.
Yeah.
And I want to get in shape like them. Let
Yes.
others who are not so in shape, let them, figure it out,
Mhm.
support them, but don't, you may not necessarily want to work out with them. They may not have the best habits or behaviors, for you. So, it's just life that we need to enjoy and be a part of.
Mhm.
And that's one thing that I can't speak enough. I said I enjoy hearing the word of God
Yeah.
spoken, and not just me hearing it on TV. It's not the same, or me reading it, but
Mhm.
it's actually doing it and moving and being active.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and God, he loves you so much. He pursued you. He's continuing to pursue you even in your diagnosis, right?
Yes.
Did he show you this intimacy with him again?
Yes.
You feel like that?
It's a reflection
Yeah.
of how we should be in our relationships with our spouse. And
Mhm.
that intimacy is what I have feared, I think, because I feared it. And it was just because it involves tearing down some walls and getting to places where you don't feel comfortable at. But
Yeah.
it works out. It really does. It works out.
Yeah, and I love the way when you mentioned that I love myself with all of my imperfections, because we're
Yes.
not perfect. We're still human, and you still love yourself, and you're embracing all of you. Yeah.
Absolutely. Because if I don't love myself, I'm not going to love my husband. I'm
Yeah.
not going to love my children as
Mhm.
much as I can be. We thought we loved each other now. I tell them every day I love them, but this takes on a new meaning, a new, whole new, uh, just a whole new, seeing them for not just what you see on the outside, but truly seeing their life on the inside.
Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful, Donna. Oh, so amazing. I'm just so in awe. Yeah. And so is there do you have any, like, last words that you'd like to just speak to our audience? I mean, the beautiful devotion that you had today,
Uh,
trust and do good. I mean,
that's
anything else
basically
before we close?
I think that's just what I wanted to say
Yeah.
is to explore it, go on this exploration and this journey. It is a journey that we all will need to take. We all need to take it. We all need to take it,
Hmm.
to be who we are, and know who we are
Yeah.
in Christ, and that significance, because life is just not, we're not living life if we don't acknowledge what truly life means to
Hmm.
us,
Yeah.
and knowing it. If we're not feeling good, we're just not going to enjoy life. We're just not going to. it's
Yeah.
going to be it's going to be a struggle, and it shouldn't be a struggle to get up
Hmm.
every day, and it's another day. It's
Yeah.
another day, another chance to make a difference in someone's life, and your life, your own life, and someone else's.
Absolutely. And I
Yeah.
mean, you took your power back. You trusted in, instead of being the victim, you could have gone down that road, but you took your power back, and that is just in itself the first step, right? Just stop being this victim mind, but empowering yourself. Because, like you said, no one can do it for you. You have to do it.
Satan is
Yeah.
out to kill, steal, and destroy, and
Hmm.
he'll come in the form of sheep's,
Yeah.
and wool's clothing, and he'll try to distract you and tear you down. He doesn't want you to move forward, and he wants to still kill and destroy everything.
Yeah.
And when we're not making good choices because based on how we feel, it certainly leaves us vulnerable to going down in that path.
Hmm.
And,
Yeah.
I've taken that path to a certain extent many times, and don't like it. I don't like it
Hmm.
because I didn't trust. I it was because my trust factor wasn't at its peak.
Yeah.
And so I went down roads of depression and resentment and not feeling it. But it definitely, you have to start somewhere. Just
Yeah.
start somewhere.
Just start, like you said. Yeah, just start. And we're I believe everybody can relate. We've all felt those human emotions, those
Yeah,
depression and anxiety. Yes. And
yeah,
so you're not alone. They're not alone in this. Yeah.
yeah.
And absolutely beautiful. Thank you, Donna, so much.
You're so welcome,
Oh
and
goodness, for
I'm
your
honored to be here.
yes. And I'm just overjoyed that, yes, this is just the beginning for you, and the best is yet to come. And your testimony is so powerful. I know without a doubt it's going to help so many women who are going through their own challenges. And so thank you for just opening up, being yourself, your beautiful divine Queen Donna self, just as you are. Just so beautiful to share and hear your journey. And so, well, I just wanted to thank you again for your time. And I know Transformation Family, you heard it straight from Donna. She took action, she trusted God, and she believed, and she's doing it with the good works. So take that chance on you. You are worth the investment in yourself, that journey. And reach out to me or us. And if you have any questions, you want to learn more, we're here. All right. So thank you so much, Donna.
Thank
Sending you
you
so
again.
much love. And we'll talk
Okay.
to you soon. So much
Okay.
love. Mwah.
Bye.
Bye.